Hey guys, and welcome back to the Stanley Parable. My name is Itzibit, and apparently we have to start from the beginning, I think. So I just watched the intro cutscene again, and I'm pretty sure this will restart.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Apparently.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps... Oh, please. Are you really just...
Wait, what? Am I just stupid? Is it like random all the time? Oh, maybe it doesn't save at all. It just randomly... stuff randomly happen. This will be a pretty weird gameplay. I'm really sorry for that, but I am honestly very confused by this game, so yeah, I might be a bit stupid, so...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
For the love of God, please unplug me. This sterile office, the damn carpet, the tripe. Anyway, okay. There are papers all over the floors, and it wasn't like that before. So, yeah. Something is definitely happening here.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Should I go to the left? Yeah, maybe I should. I will end up here either way, so yeah.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Because I'm a rebel.
But
oh, no.
Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy.
Oh my God.
And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Yeah, maybe.
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Oh my
Why
God!
did doors close
They have no
automatically
feet.
behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
Yeah.
And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
Yeah.
He yelled. This is all a dream.
It must be.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, The truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Okay.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Okay. This is weird.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Is that me?
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
What? Loading? And it restarted again, I think?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, where should we go now?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You know what? No, I will...
This was not the correct way to the meeting room,
Okay.
and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous... But eager to get back to business,
Sorry.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No. Ooh. What's
Stanley
this?
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Sorry. Caution. Do not lie. If you're lying right now, stop. Okay. Whoa. This place is huge. Uh-huh. Warning, do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift. $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift. 5,000. Okay. Good to know. I wonder if I can jump down there. Maybe I will die. Well, Geronimo.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Yeah, I'm very powerful. Okay.
All of his co-workers.
Let's try that one more
What could it
time.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah, let's go upstairs this time then. Ooh. No. What is that painting? Business strategy. That's horrible. Poor panda. Ooh. The elevator works. Down, please. I just love elevator music. How far down is this going? This is ridiculous. Oh. Wait, what? I went in there for nothing? Let's... What is this? A shaking room? Not an elevator? Well, apparently not. Okay. Time graphs. Indoors monthly. I am the most expensive boss. Okay. If you say so. Shapes. Okay. Oh, can I came from there, I think. Oh, executive bathroom. No. Oh! The door just scared me. Oh, money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money! Crisp. Oh, it's money, not money. Sorry. Beautiful, yes. Nice mirror. Or not. And the towel looks just like the wallpapers. There's beautiful wallpaper in here. Yeah, we have some mysterious white light outside. I can't use the toilet. Too bad. Okay. What do we have here? No, I can't really do anything.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be?
Stupid.
In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Yeah.
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay. Going down.